Girl, you done made me sit up now.
Speechless? Why you speechless?
I just said because it's like I'm like with a celebrity couple right now. Like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
Hello. Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Please, when you come in, if you could go watch from YouTube, that would be great. Like I said, on YouTube, you can do other things. You don't have to be stuck on a live like you have to do on Facebook. So I did not post the YouTube link. I should have posted the link in the comments just so the ones that want could also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm just gonna wait a few seconds while I post a few more links, and then we are going to get started. Mother, can you hear me? Hold on, I cannot hear you. 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Hold on 1 second.
I need like 5 minutes. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna remove you off stage and then just come back when you finish.
Okay, you want me to hit leave?
No, I got you. Thank you.
Okay.
And then I need to change the settings. My apologies. I'm trying to set up this layout. Why? Give me a few seconds. Layout. Oh, okay. Oh, I think it's too late. I will have to start over. I don't want to start over. Settings. General. Oh, here it go. Oh, I can't do it while I'm live. What? I don't want to start it over. So, yeah, it's just gonna have to be like this. Okay, guys, welcome. My mother stepped away for a second. She will be back joining me. I would love to have her on because she brings the balance to my show. She keeps me, even though I'm already, pretty calm and level-headed, she just makes sure I stay on the right track. So I'm glad she actually is on here with me because I know these topics and stuff don't really, be the topics that she cared to talk about. And so she will be joining me back in a second. But in the meantime, I brought on this episode today. Of course, so if you guys I don't know if you heard from YouTube or from Facebook, but as you guys may, I am, I started Fire Talk because I like to discuss topics with my peers, people on my timeline, people around me, people in real life, important topics that should be talked about, but it's kind of hard to talk about. A lot of those things we shy away from. And sometimes, you will have, big things, important things that happens inside of families or amongst the communities, and we don't talk about these things. You have children struggling with things, teenagers struggling with things, parents struggling with things that they have to go to see a therapist and stuff for, when sometimes you really just need a great conversation. You need to have those hard conversations. And to me, this was a hard conversation. So let me just start off by saying, I'm this doesn't have to all be about last day trail. I sent it to you on your messenger. See if you see it on there as well. I looked you on YouTube by D Lovely and by Fire Talk. So on YouTube it's Set Us World. SETTAS world. And so I posted a status yesterday. I actually saw, I heard about the dance battle. If I would have knew about it before time, I would have loved to go because I come from a dance background. I did ballet, jazz, tap, modern, little hip hop, a little bit point. I danced for about 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, about 6+ years. So I have a dance background. I know about dance. I know about majorette dance. I know about all of that. Okay, and so let me just say that. And so I saw that there was a dance battle. Like I said, I would have loved to attend. I would have loved to take my children because I know my daughter would have loved something like that. And so someone had told me about it. And I'm like, no, I didn't get to see it. So I went, found the video, and I got to watch it. So I'm sitting here and I'm super excited to watch it. And the mother in me just all of a sudden I was just sitting with my mouth open, like, what's going on? And so let me start off by saying this. The girls, and I'm not mentioning no names, I'm not showing no videos, I'm not doing any of that. You guys know what video I'm talking about. If you want to go see the video on your own, go watch it on your own. You probably already seen it, but I'm not going to be showing anything on here. But what was I saying? And so let me start off by saying the young girls on these teams show great athleticism. They have great skills, great coordination, great rhythm. It was brought out to me earlier that I have yet to say anything good or congratulate or, anything about that. So let me just say, yes, they're very great dancers and they show great skills. I wish I could have saw more of those skills. However, they were trumped by inappropriate things that did not allow me to focus on what else was going on. Great Lash Day. I'm glad you found me. And so I'm just watching it and I'm sitting here with my mouth in awe from the very beginning of the moment I seen, which, was a girl who jumped into a split and hit her butt. That's the first thing that I saw off bat. And I'm like, okay, that could just, be one of them pop-in moments. Like, this is the show. We rated, we hyped. Okay. However, there's a lot of moments in these dances of where these young girls are hitting their butt, twerking, shaking their butt, standing on a chair, shaking their butt. Like, you guys, I'm not making this up. I'm saying what I saw. So first off, let's go back to the post that I made. The post said, which was yesterday, because someone said to me that they don't feel like this needed to be this deep. I didn't really make it deep. I just made a status on it yesterday, and I made a status this morning. I didn't make it deep. It wasn't until someone commented on it, then blocked me, then made a new status that I couldn't see, and tagged other people on my status. Like, that's when it got deep. And so let me just say, I didn't make this no big thing, but I did post a status that said, so no dad snatched their daughters up off that dance floor. We always talk about how we want leaders, how we want men as leaders. I think that if men are in the households and they're leaders, this is a situation that needs to be led and guided. And that's why I made the status. So no dad snatched their daughters up off the dance floor. Nowhere in that post am I talking about any children. You guys want to turn something into something else when it's not that. Let's stay on the root of the problem. Let's stay on it's real kids showing in the background. They loud as hell. Yeah, you see, and this is what I'm talking about. So when I post stuff, you have people now blocking me, then sharing stuff, then get aggressive, then cursing, then talking about me, talking about my kids. I didn't talk about any of your guys' children. I didn't say anything. That's one thing you guys do not know how to do this. Take someone's opinion. My opinion, this is my opinion. This is social media. Everybody voice their opinion every day on a wide variety of topics. Always. I ain't say nothing about nobody kids or anything, but you guys say it takes a village to raise children. I'm a part of that village. This is my community too. This is your community too. I'm a mom at heart. Not a half-time mom, not a part-time mom, a full-time mom, a stay-at-home mom, a mom who homeschools her children. So I care about children probably more than y'all do. I probably care about your child more than you do, just to be honest. But then you have comments like this, and some of your kids yelling in the back, they loud as hell. Like, what was the point? That was an irrelevant comment. And if it is, they maybe that they are loud. It's 7 o'clock. They having a great time. That's fine. They're in their house. They're not anywhere where they can't be loud. We have a big house. They can be loud and feel free to run around and do whatever they're doing. And so we're not going to be focused on too many of those comments. Let me say this too. I'm a very respectful person. I don't know how y'all be reading things through posts or through comments or through words or through any of that. I am a very respectful person. I have not disrespected anyone. I have not called anyone out their name. I have not talked about anyone's children. So I will appreciate if you guys could do the same. Like, let's be adults. The one thing we do got to get past is being able to talk about stuff without sitting here and attacking each other or downing somebody or talking about somebody. Like, that's childish at this point. Let's really talk to come to an understanding. If you're not talking to come to an understanding, if you're not trying to talk to share your perspective, if you only want to talk or be disrespectful or come here to be combative, then I don't really care for you to be here. This show is an open panel and open discussion. Anyone that wants to come on here and speak can, but the moment it gets disrespectful, then that would be it, because that's not really what I do. I don't speak on nobody kids. That's just a mother thing for me. I just wouldn't have made a status knowing it was going to backfire. Everybody got their own opinion, but it don't affect me and mine. So I honestly don't care what the next parent does. My status didn't backfire to me. It's fine. Like, I'm okay. I'm not hurt. My feelings not hurt. I'm not. Like I said, I seen so many statuses today made about me. I seen inappropriate things said. I don't care because, like I said earlier, I love everything I have going on, and I would never switch out of what my position to be in anybody else's position that I know on my timeline or in real life. It's not the same. But I didn't plan for that. Post to backfire. I don't think it backfired. I just think that once it reached a certain person, they tagged people and spoke their opinion and blocked me, then made a post on me, then that's when it just went to wherever it went. But of course, everybody has an opinion, and if it doesn't affect me, but how are we supposed to say that it takes a village to raise children? But what the village look like? That's just to be, your family. If my children is somewhere, let's say my children is somewhere and they're, let's say they're a dance class, they used to be in dance and gymnastics. And let's say it's another parent there who maybe, know me through something, I don't know, but they say something. And you guys, the comments are going fast. I ain't gonna really get to say what I have to say if I don't read the comments, but I'm gonna make sure I read them. But if my children are out of line, I don't have no problem with anybody saying anything to them as long as their intentions are good. And as long as, that's they're addressing the problem. I'm not there to do it. Someone needs to do it. And the thing is, I'm not addressing no children. I didn't say anything about any children. I didn't say any of that. I am talking about the things that I saw that was on social media, that was posted. I didn't say no names. I didn't say nothing at all. So I just need to make that clear again, because I've seen that so many times. Like, isn't it weird you talking about people kids? I'm not talking about people kids. I said also, we as adults can't even do a dance without shaking our ass. So let's not allow Let's not allow our young girls to do the same. That's not talking about anybody. You guys, someone posted a status the other day and it said a lot of people will take offense so they don't have to take accountability. Now everyone turned around saying my kid this, my kid that, my kid gets straight. I never addressed anyone's child, what type of grades they got, what type of behavior. I don't even know y'all children are well enough for that. That's not what I address. And good grades and good behavior and stuff don't have nothing to do with the way that a dance, even if they weren't dancing inappropriately, even if nothing was wrong with it, their grades and anything was not an issue or not even talked about. I don't even know that much. I'm talking about just what I saw. You mean to tell me it's okay for anywhere 13 to 15 to drop up, down into a split, shake her butt and hit her butt, and y'all telling me that's okay? And it's just dance, it's just majorette. I know what majorette looks like. I know what it looks like. And I was in dance. Doing a split is about flexibility. You see dancers glide into a split. You see dancers jump into a split. What group of people do you see that jump into a split and start shaking their butt and hitting it? Just tell me that. What kind of activity is that? We see that from video vixens. We see that from video girls. We see that from strippers. You don't see no dancers in ballet or no gymnasts going into splits. I don't care if it's majorette. If it's majorette, then majorette shouldn't be for young girls. I don't really care what anybody is saying. It's time to stop thinking that everything is okay. We over sexualizing our children at a very young age, not just with the way they dance, but with the way they dress, with the makeup they're wearing, with their hair, with the activities and things that we let them participate in, with the music that we listen to. There is no women out here singing love songs, and we don't listen to them. All our children's listening to is Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Glorilla. Cardi B don't even let her own daughter listen to her music. What I seen, you can't sit and tell me that it's just supposed to get bypassed because it's just a dance and they all got good grades and they're not doing this or they're not doing that. Someone said to me, you're not wrong. You just said what everybody was thinking but didn't want to say. Why? Because these are popular people in our community. Hairstylists, braiders, popular people on our Facebook. These are children of people that we know. So I just think that people don't want to say anything because you don't want to feel like you offended someone. But if you're not being disrespectful to anyone, I'm not being disrespectful. And if you just saying how you feel and you feel this isn't appropriate, that's just how that person feels. That doesn't discredit your child and their dance they did and their hard work that they put in. No one said they didn't put in hard work. No one didn't say any of that. Exactly. Your kids are doing what they like to do. Our kids do what they like to do, and they are good at it. Why Zany just say not disrespectful? She said everyone show manners. Hey, Zany. Well, you're basically downgrading people by switch your life with theirs. Well, I'm not. You guys, at this point, y'all could take what I say, however you want to take it. I know I know how my heart is. I already read the 50,000 things said about me today. And so if it feels like downgrading because I said I won't switch my life, no, I won't switch my life. It don't got to be a downgrade. We all believe in different things. Like a lot of you want to go to work. Y'all want to make y'all own money. I don't. I want to stay at home and have my kids be my top priority and let my husband take care of the household. That's what I want to do. So I don't think it's a downgrade, especially if a lot of you don't want to be stay-at-home moms. Y'all would rather send y'all kids to school. Y'all would rather let that be the daycare. Y'all want to homeschool y'all kids even if y'all had the opportunity, because y'all need y'all time. Y'all need to go to work. Y'all, I can't have them kids in the house all this time. No, they got to get up out my house. So no, it don't have to be a downgrade, because guess what? Y'all don't want to be in this position. Y'all don't want to stay at home. Y'all don't want the man taking care of the bills. Y'all don't want to stay at home and homeschool the children. So no, it's not a downgrade. Because if you don't want to be in my position, you don't. And if I don't want to be in y'all's, then I don't. Hey, love, I think you're a great mom, wife, person. You have every right to your opinion, as anyone should. I think sometimes your approach, I'm tired of people saying my approach. I am tired of saying that. I don't even, like, what? First of all, how can y'all keep saying approach off of a post? Like, I'm approaching y'all in real life, and I read posts every day that is so, like, off the wall. Like, people straight up talking about people. Y'all, gay, we find out there's someone gay in the community, y'all tear them down. And y'all talking about me and my approach? Really? Like, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm not a mean person. I'm not disrespectful. That's why I said nothing y'all say would get under my skin, because you could dig, you could find, nothing y'all could say. I've never been nothing negative in the limelight for anyone to speak on or say anything. I'm always a positive person, which is why I attract positivity and positive experiences, and I don't have bad stuff happening for y'all to be talking about. That's why I had to go down to y'all talking about my kids that y'all don't even know. My children learn more in homeschool in 2 hours than y'all child do on a whole day of school. You may not see it, but sometimes your opinion can come off as condescending or downing certain people. I know you in real life, and I don't think that's how you mean it to come off. Keep doing you and keep up the great work. Everybody knows how Joliet is. You say one thing that you think ain't bad, but the next person could. Certain stuff should just be kept to self. Yeah, certain stuff. I think that them shaking their butts should have been kept. I think that's what should have been kept. What's the topic tonight? The topic is are we over sexualizing our children in the community? Not, yes. One of the highlights that I'm talking about is the dance battle that just happened, but that's not the only thing that I'm talking about when I refer to over sexualizing our children. So what you saw were kids, so you were pertaining to everyone, kids. I'm pertaining to whoever was shaking a butt. Not all kids were shaking a butt. I didn't see that from every single child on the dance floor. I didn't see that. If it ain't your kid, why be? I love a good HBC majorette dance. Some of the moves are sexualized though, and I get it, especially if they're older women. Like, I get that, but we talking about 13, 14. I don't really know the age range, but since I know some people on the team, I know we talking around 13, 14. Some people said themselves 14 years old. You know, my mom is in the backstage and she's ready to get on, and she ain't gonna let me talk. She's gonna so I'm about to let you on, mother. I'm about to let you on. Who the person that said that? I'm not sure exactly, I don't know how old this comment is, so I'm not sure what part you're talking about. If it ain't your kid, why be bothered about it? I don't play it by mine, and we'll check out of anybody, because at this point, just delete social media if you're going for it, because you're going to forever see it. I mean, once you guys put it on social media, anybody could say what they want to say. A man can take it and use it for his sexual pleasure if he wants. It's on social media. And you guys don't realize that it be people like this watching. It be people like this probably in the crowd that was watching. But I guess that don't matter. That is so true. I know a young lady that was a great dance. Now she is dancing for a pro football team. That's great. Why is everyone speaking on children anyway? Let people raise their kids the way you want. So why do y'all say it takes a village? Why do y'all say that? But now it's let people raise the kids. Raise your kids however y'all want. Does that mean I can't voice my opinion? I didn't say you should do this. you go do this. I spoke in general. And whoever wants to take the advice or listen to it, take it. And if it don't apply, then let it fly. I feel like if you guys are triggered by it, it's because you knew somewhere in your head that something about that made you feel a little uncomfortable. I don't think she's speaking on kids in a bad manner. I'm not speaking on kids in a bad manner. I have yet to say anything bad about the children. I don't think that in that way your approach is in the way you bring things to people's attention. And if you're hearing it from several different people, maybe there's some truth behind it. And guess what? That's how I am. Like I said, people know me in real life. If the approach is, hey, if you don't like the approach, just like y'all saying this, or just like this person said, it's gonna forever be here. So maybe you should just delete social media. I've been had Facebook for years. I've been voicing my opinions for a long time. If you don't like what I have to say, then leave. You don't have to be on here listening to me. Y'all don't have to come on my Facebook to see what I said. Y'all don't have to send me the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 friend requests I seen if you don't even want to hear what I got to say anyway. Why y'all sending me friend requests? So if you just here to be negative, please exit, because I don't really like the negativity. I don't want the negativity. I want to have a proper discussion, a proper conversation. Girl, who talking about your kids? I just seen a couple statuses. Girl, I know people that was homeschooled that work at warehouses. It literally don't even matter. Raise your kids how you want to. Leave them other parents alone. Hey, if I could say something and they gonna listen, they gonna listen. Y'all act like I only voice my opinion on stuff like this. I voiced my opinion on vaccines. Y'all was nowhere around. Y'all don't care about health and all that stuff. Y'all don't care about none of that. When I'm voicing my opinion on that or anything, when I'm helping out, writing letters, helping y'all be excused from the vaccine, y'all ain't saying worry about yourself. Don't worry about what? No. I have 3 people in my inbox saying, do you homeschool children? Like, and some of these people are the same people who were saying stuff, so I'm just a little confused. Give me 2 more minutes. I see you backstage, Daytrill, and I see you backstage, backstage, mother. Give me 2 more minutes, please. Laughing outside, you just down people by saying your kid learned more. No, I didn't. Down. That's facts. If your child learns more in 2 hours than they do in 8 hours, how is that downing? That's a benefit of homeschooling. You don't have to focus on 24 kids in a classroom. You don't have to split time between multiple children. So yes, a homeschool child can learn more in a couple hours than having to be at school all day. You got to count bell changes, class switches. The teacher is not just specifically dealing with them. So this is what is a problem. Y'all take what people say and y'all say that they're downing someone. That's not downing. That's just something I said, and it's the truth. Go look up statistics. And if you don't have to look up statistics, just think a little. Just take a second, forget everything else you know got going on in your head, and just think for a second. If I have a child who's homeschooled and it's only 4 of them that's actually homeschooling, can't I focus more on 4 kids versus 24 kids? Can't you teach 4 kids something in a quicker time than you can teach 24 kids something in a quicker time? Yes, you can. Because, that's not, I wasn't trying to get under y'all. Yeah, and you know what? Nobody getting under my skin. It's just that when I'm passionate about something I talk about, I just talk like this. And I'm also, went to school where everyone's saying you so quiet, you so quiet, you so quiet. So sometimes I'm not, I just speak like this. No one's getting under my skin at all. Like I said, I love what I have going on. Y'all never hear nothing bad about me. The only thing that bothers or triggers anyone is the things that I say. You can't point nothing out going on in my life or anything. So, I wasn't trying to get under your skin at all. I have even told have to hold myself accountable in how I speak and make people feel. I'm just saying, if you hurt someone's feelings, it's okay to say I did not mean it like that. I didn't I didn't hurt. I don't understand how it will hurt someone's feelings just by saying we shouldn't allow our daughters to do this. How is that hurting someone's feelings? These girls could be doing something far worse or pregnant, yet they taking their talent. But okay, that's fine. I was in dance. There's so many things you could do. They could have did the exact same dance, but just I'm not. Now I forgot what I was saying. I'm just saying if you hurt someone with feelings, I didn't mean it like that. I forgot what I was saying. These girls could be doing far worse, and they're I know what majorette dancing is. Not every majorette dance consists of girls shaking, hitting their butt and stuff and shaking their butt. Yeah, you got a few moments, pop, pop, pop. Yeah, yeah, okay. But you can do a majorette dance and still have a great dance and a great performance. Highlight the skills. How come you can't just go into a split without shaking your butt and hitting it afterwards? So y'all can't sit here. Don't try to, nothing anyone can say could make me try to flip this and look at it another way. What I saw was wrong. So do you agree or disagree with dancing dolls as well? Someone, I looked up dancing dolls and because I know that came out a while ago. And yeah, some of it I didn't agree with at all. Majorette dance has always been that way. That's why I said maybe majorette dance isn't for young girls. Because we already got a lot of things in our community over sexualizing women and our children. Hi Daytria. Hi Mom. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining.
How you doing?
Good, good, good.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Good. I'm biggity back again.
Do it. D Lovely, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mother.
Good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on. I appreciate that.
Scootaloo before you knock over.
You got something you want to say, Mom?
Well, I didn't get a chance to see the dance off. But a couple of things I would like to say. By me not seeing the dance off, I hear your passion and I hear what you're trying to say, loud and clear. And like you said, everybody's entitled to an opinion. And everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has their own voice. Excuse me. And as long as we can communicate with each other properly and effectively, then we should be able to communicate with each other properly and effectively without putting someone else down or anything. I haven't heard anything about the children or anything like that. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see the video. However, I do know with social media, with us not being able to communicate and we say things online, it can be interpreted the wrong way. So I've seen that, and that's why it's good to be able to have an open conversation, because we do have to allow each other to speak, and we do have to allow each other to have their own opinions. And everybody's different. What works for some person may not work for the next person. And what you did was you saw something that you didn't agree with, and we see that all the time. And we can comment. We can comment on it. We can express our opinion about it, and that is our right to do so.
I agree. And just because someone voices their opinion or share how they feel about it, don't really take anything away from you.
Right.
Unless you just, feel like, I think that when it does take something away from you, it's because you feel like, it's just a triggering because obviously you feel like you're being attacked. And a lot of times, even we don't like criticism and no one wants to be criticized, or no one wants to hear something of where they could use improvement at. But I just feel like it like I said, I wasn't talking about anyone's children. I was just voicing my opinion on what I saw.
Right.
And what I saw is inappropriate. And that's that's it. That is what it is. Daytriel, thanks for joining us. I know that you commented on the post and you said that you were a professional twerker. Can you elaborate on that and then let me know your viewpoint on this?
Literally, was a professional twerker, international twerker. I used to be an exotic dancer back in my 20s. Um, Made lots of money, had a lot of fun, but have also always been that girl that's like, it's not for the kids. It probably shouldn't be done in front of the kids. A lot of women in like the twerk, baby. Let me talk real quick, okay? A lot of women in the twerk profession, they really do feel like, Black kids are the ones who are being singled out as provocative and sexy when there are a lot of cultures who you got a lot of gyrating, a lot of hip movement, a lot of things that our little girls do. And when our little girls do it, it is seen as sexual. But when other little girls do it, it's seen as cultural or the thing to do. I didn't see the video that you're talking about. I actually haven't seen any videos of children twerking in quite a while. I think that it's just kind of gotten out of my feed since I retired. But for me personally, you know how I feel about serving my kids up on a silver platter. Like, I'm like, no to that. And because I know the culture of the country that we live in, and I know that little Black girls and little Black boys are overly sexualized in America, period. I tend to be more on the protective side. I tend to be more on the side of, this is not what you do in front of kids. You shouldn't listen to certain music in front of kids and all of that. Can I have this? Yeah, you can have that. And things of that nature. I get what people are saying about the cultural issue, but I also know where we live. And at the end of the day, where you live is where you protect your children, and that's how it is for me personally. If we were in a culture where our children could do these cultural dances, because twerk comes from like Africa, like these little kids, they're out here doing their thing, you know what I mean? They got a good footstep, they got a good twerk work, they're out here. It's more of a tribal thing. But in America, like, Black kids can't do nothing, honestly, without it being kind of demonized, and being seen as provocative almost. I think that, especially on teams, for majorette teams, dance teams, and stuff like that, the provocative movement, I do see it as a part of the choreo, a part of trying to be trendy, a part of trying to, get those clicks on the internet, which gets you also sponsor money, your views and stuff like that. So I kind of see it from a bunch of different sides. Would I allow my daughter to do it? No. Am I going to come down on others for it? Not so much, because at the end of the day, a lot of people just want their kids on a team doing something that their kids love. They're not thinking their kids are going to bust a split and bust it wide open on a stage. And by the time that you get there, and I notice this in the entertainment business a lot, by the time that you get there, most of the time you're seeing it for the first time, or you're seeing them doing it at that level for the first time. I don't know the ins and outs of these dance teams. I don't know what's going on with that. Me and my husband tend to be, I would say, a little more helicopter parent about stuff like that. And because of my position in the industry is tolerated, cut it out. Because of my spot in the industry is tolerated, but for a lot of parents, that's not tolerated. Your kids will get kicked off the team. You know what I mean? And you could see it as hardline, like, oh, so you're just selling your kid up the river, or you can see it as parents that are really just trying to give their kids an experience. These are the things that are trending, and unfortunately, due to our internet situation and whatnot, we do have a lot of followers and not enough leaders. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. So I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody, but I am also trying to bring a little bit of clarity to some of these situations. You know what I mean? Because I do think it's a middle ground. And I have met a lot of parents that are actually kind of uncomfortable with some of the things that are going on. But the truth of the matter is, they're uncomfortable with the things that kids are being taught in school. They're uncomfortable with the things on TV. They're uncomfortable with the way the world is working right now. So it's like, when you almost have to go along to get along, I guess, is what you could say, for your kids to have better or do better or be a part of a team or not be excluded. A lot of parents do that. And you could say, yeah, we should be tougher. We should be stronger. We shouldn't bow down to peer pressure, as we called it back in our day. But there's 50 million kids trying to get on the team. It's competition. It is what it is, and we never know what other parents are going through. I don't think that you're being judgmental. I think that you're stating your opinion. I think that a lot of people don't like to kind of take accountability. They don't want to say, look, my kid is competing with these many kids. It is what it is. If she got to bust a split and get her little rump smacked real quick, guess what it's going to do for her in the future? Because that don't sound right. It don't sound good. You know what I mean? But that's really the heart of hearts of what a lot of parents are going through. And that's why they're triggered when you say what you say, because they take it as you're calling them a bad parent, where they're taking it as they're just trying to get along and get their kid to the next level. And sometimes that level of just wanting your kid to succeed in desperation is so deep. Like, that's the deep part. And then somebody come on and they talking not about your kids, but about you as a parent, because you let your kids do it. It shakes that part of you that was kind of like, oh, I didn't want them doing that in the first place like that anyway. That's seasoning, baby. Leave those alone, please. But it's one of those things, and I think that's why people are triggered by your comments. And I think that's why they're saying, sweetie, if you're gonna play with that, I need you to either go over there or don't play with that right here. Okay? Cool, cool. All right, yeah. So I think that is what it is, because yeah, it's a hard decision to make. And a lot of these teams, it is for the internet, it is for the clout, it is for the next sponsorship, it is for these different things. And there is a certain way to make money and get sponsorships for these. Like, it's almost down to, I don't know the video again, but if you have a team that's on the top of their A game and they're going viral and they're doing their thing and they're getting their money, do you really want to stop your child that can do that split, that can do those things, and waste the money for the whole team? You know what I mean? And being a dancer and being on teams, you know how this stuff goes. And it's sad that this is the world that we live in nowadays, but everything, the ante is up. Like, you got to be able to do more. It's not just local anymore. Local is now international due to the internet, and you never know. So that's my opinion on it. For me, it's a no for this one. Like, my little twerk kitty, I can show you my little kitty got back thing over there. Her and her god sister, I said it before, were playing and twerking with the kitty one day. I didn't see the kitty for 2 years. I didn't know where it went. My husband went and he hid it somewhere. I found it up in my closet when I was looking for something else on the top row. Brought it back down. She knows not to dance in that way. When I was practicing my twerk in this house, she caught me when she was like one. She was like one and maybe a quarter, maybe 1.5. Next thing you know, I had all of these barriers up around the house and certain times that I could actually practice, because my husband was like, no, like he's not trying to have her meet that. And he didn't care that I was a twerker. I was a twerker before we got together. But the truth of the matter is, he's like, not for his daughter. She's been saying doctor since the day she could talk. So, he's like, whatever she wants to do, she can do, but we're not about to influence her to do that. Ratchet music, nope. We listen to Encanto and Moana 24/7 in the car. That's all she wants, you know. But at the end of the day, I can't come down on parents too hard, because I know how deep and how real it is out here. And like I said, they're triggered because they're doing what they think is the better of two evils for their child, and they feel like you're calling them out on it. So it's gonna irk them a little bit. It's gonna happen, and until we kind of build more in our community and have a chance to do that, where, like, I would love to see debutante balls come back. I feel like there's a balance in this thing, and there ain't been no balances. I don't see Black girls in ballet and gymnastics and all of that going viral until you make it to the Olympics. I'm not seeing the positive things that these little girls could be doing. You see this little girl busting a split and getting her rump slap, but they don't show all of the practices going viral. They don't show all the things in between and the hard work that these babies put in to get there. And that's the internet's fault. And quite frankly, all of us adults need to adult better and not come down on each other about it, and instead say, what is the change that you want to see, and how can we come together and make that happen? Especially with those of us who have backgrounds, who have a little bit of clout in industries or what have you. But that's just my opinion.
And you said something at the very last. You said, just the fact that it's so much over sexualization with women and children, period, beyond the dancing with other things. It's like, how do we determine when this ends, or to make this stop? Like, do we participate and contribute to it, or do we take ourselves from it? You said something earlier about, oh God, and I should have wrote it down. I got my pen, but don't got my paper. And that's why I wanted to, say everything I had to say before I brought someone on, because when I'm listening and you guys are making great points, even though that point was a few minutes ago now, I forgot it.
I'm
However, oh, go ahead, mother.
sorry that you forgot it. So next time I don't want you to ever feel rushed that you got to bring me on. I want you to get your points out and your thoughts out, and then you can always add me later.
Oh, of course, mama. Thank you. Um, Let me just go to a few of the comments. It sounds like you're talking about certain kids that you say smacking each other's butt and throwing it in a circle, right? I did not say throwing it in a circle, but not the dance group in the whole, right? No, not the dance group in the whole. Like I said, every young girl, I don't know, the quality of the video. It's not like you can see who the girls are, and like that's not my concern on who the girls are. I'm just saying I saw some girls. I didn't see the whole group, doing this. When it's drama, everyone wants to voice their opinion. And I don't know what point you're saying that to, Antoinette, but I agree, because like I said, when I'm speaking on vaccines and diets and healthy eating, no one has anything to say. No one has any pushback or anything, or could care less about reading stuff like that. But when you guys feel like it's drama, even when I said something yesterday, no one had anything to say. But when it became drama filled this morning, now everybody has something to say. Now everybody wants to send friend requests. Now everybody wants to put in how they feel. And that's fine if we're doing that to get somewhere, not just to go back and forth. I really don't care to do that. Do you think homeschooling is for everyone? I wasn't homeschooled, but I became a very successful nurse and have a blessed life. Um, no, homeschooling doesn't have to be for everyone, but neither is public school. Public school is a resource, it's not mandatory. Before public school, it was homeschool. Homeschool was around because you educated your child at home, you didn't send them away to school. Eventually, you had private schools and public schools. So, no, homeschooling may not be for everyone. Not everyone has the patience, not everyone knows how to get the resources, and not everyone has the time or anything like that. So no, it's not for everyone. Do I think it's beneficial?
Friday.
You said what, mother?
College isn't Friday.
Technology, you said?
College.
Oh, college. That too, mother. That too. And I have Stacia, I have homeschool cousins who have master degrees now. So, it really, you can be homeschooled and still become successful later in life if you need to get a degree or go to college. Just because you're homeschooled for high school or elementary to high school, don't mean you can't attend college if you want. If my children want to attend college, that's fine. Am I pushing them to attend college? No, I'm not. I don't have kids. Doctor, cause if it's on social media, anyone can voice their opinion. Keep going. Don't stop talking. I love to hear stuff because I could learn from you or have a disagreement. What you saw was wrong in your eyes. It was wrong to you. Everything your mom is saying correct. Everyone is totally different. We always have different views. We either learn or have a debate. Everyone can't comment their opinion without having to degrade anyone's parent. And that's what I'm saying. I just made an opinion. I didn't really downgrade or degrade. I said we shouldn't allow this. You keep saying you weren't talking about anybody kids, but it's literally the kids in the video. It's not the adults. The kids, did the kids make up the dance? I'm not sure. But I mean, I'm assuming that the kids did not make up the dance. I'm assuming that they had a choreographer who choreographed the dance. I wouldn't expect them to have came up with that dance routine. Maybe they could have, But the kids, their parents or their coaches could have said, no, we're not doing this. So I don't really think it's the kids. It's the parents. It's the coaches. I wouldn't say it was the kids. So no, I'm not talking about kids. Let's talk about raising kids to be respectful to adults in school. Let's talk about what really matters and not no darn extra curriculum activity dancing. That needs to be talked about as well. She was voicing her opinion about how they was dancing. She wasn't talking about anyone kids in a bad way. Thanks. Thank you. I said that. I made sure I stated that several times. People like to take stuff in a negative way. That's what's wrong with this world today. Great way to put it, Daytria. Daytria, they said that was a great way that you elaborated on that. She was saying the way they dancing was wrong. How was that talking about someone kids in a negative way? The kids don't even be doing splits, be the ones busting it wide open, if you ask me. Keeping your kids sheltered from a lot of stuff, them be the worst kids, to be honest. Okay, it's a lot of more comments. I'll get to them. Go ahead, mother.
So I remember a few years ago hearing a lot about Denzel Washington. And, a lot of people had different opinions about him. Some people called him a sellout. And that's when he did the movie Training Day. Because if you look back over his career, he's always had these roles that make you be like, oh, Denzel, positive. He's had different roles, but that Training Day role is when he first won an award for it. And, you know, but to me, so this is the prime example. When I saw Training Day, I was in shock. I'm like, what? What? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But that showed his acting ability. Like you went from these movies that I've seen you in to this. This is a whole different type of character for you. That and you really played this role. You really did that. But some people called him a sellout for doing that because he won an award for it, and I guess they may have felt that he wanted to win this award that he has never won one before. So let me do this, and now I won. So let me get in with what everybody else doing, and now yeah I did it. Now I won. But see, nobody that I know of really had a conversation with him. We were all going by what we saw him do in that movie. So people do have different opinions. Are our opinions always right? No, not at all. Not at all. But that just goes to show you how each one of us looks at things differently. But that's why we created all different. We all have our own minds. We all have our own opinions. But to be able to speak about them respectfully is what matters. That's what we need to be able to do because we are supposed to be doing what we can to build each other up and not tear each other down.
I definitely agree. I agree.
That. But on that note too, I'm not gonna lie. I was upset when Halle Berry got it for Monsters Ball, and there was a
Saw
debate
that.
today about how, especially actors of color, actresses of color, have to get gutter deep in order to get an award. And I see that as a comparison to now on the internet too. It's like our children have to almost be gutter to like literally get their flowers and get their props. And I was just saying that you don't see all of the young ballerinas, all of the young gymnasts, all of the young people out here really making things happen for their schools. You don't see that. You see the little girls out here twerk working all over the place, basically baby video vixens. And like I said, I used to be an exotic dancer. I was a twerker. I get it, but it's not right for the babies. I was in my situation because I was in my situation. You know what I mean? And I don't think that is something that we should necessarily be pushing our children into, and as I call it, serving them up on a silver platter. But again, that's just me. Mommy.
Yeah, and I like your opinion on that because that is true. We have to and see that's the whole thing too. And then that'll make us maybe open our eyes a little bit more of us being together and us helping each other out.
Well, to me, I understand that. To me, that is holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
I I can't really. I understand what you guys are saying. I understand what you're saying. I still think it was very inappropriate, and I think that someone needs to say something instead of us um in the audience saying very demure, clapping, and when they did the moves that was inappropriate in my eyes, and I'm pretty sure other people's eyes, it got even a greater applause. Like this, like I said, we have to stop over sexualizing our children. They don't have to do everything that we can do. They don't have to participate like that the same way that we're dressing, our young daughters are dressing. That's a trend to have matching outfits. There's no way we should be matching each other. There's no way we should be wearing the same wigs. Like I said, how do you know the difference between a child, a teenager, a young lady, when we all looking the same and walking in the same group? We treating our children like they're friends. It is more. These a lot of this stuff isn't just, they're not learning this stuff from their parents. They could be seeing their mom dance this way. They could be seeing their mom slap her friend butt while she's twerking. Or they could be being influenced by what they see on TV as well. My thing is, it gotta stop. I don't really care. Like if it's a dance team or if it's a type of dance, like this isn't, you understand that it's creating a problem. You understand that there are going to people who over sexualize it. Even if you guys say people are going to. Men are going to not have good intentions behind this. So what should we do? We should make a change. They could have put in long hours. They could have did everything they did. They could have still been the same without doing that stuff, without doing the extra stuff, without doing the inappropriate stuff, and it still would have been great. It still would have been highlight moments. They still would have had a great time. Someone still would have won, got a trophy. I guess it also depends, but we have ballet and the other different styles here locally, but honestly, it's really never highlighted. That's what you just said, Daytriel. It seems to me only time things are shared is when it get a negative light. Um, I agree on that. Like I said, because Generation Dance been around for a long time. I have a lot of people in Generation Dance, a lot of parents with children in Generation Dance. A lot.
I know it's been around for a while, but that was before all this internet stuff. Like, I think that people don't really get how deep it really is as far as the internet and how it changed like everything. You know what I mean? It really did. Now a lot of teams are going for that clout. A lot of teams are going for that sponsorship. You could get money nationwide, international, all of these different, and we all know when it comes down to those sorts of things, it's like, do you sacrifice one or two for the whole team? You know what I mean? Like, do you do it for the whole school? Do you do it to put your school on the map? And as great that it is that we get so much exposure because of social media and the internet, the cursed side of it is, unfortunately, the algorithms and people tune into things that are controversial. They tune into things that are provocative, which means you keep on having to up the ante every single time. And that's involving adults and children. And nowadays, just I guess you could say, societal standards. We're moving out of this whole children are innocent, they should have certain milestones, and we're moving into they're just little humans like us. We're not, a lot of people aren't considering the developmental stages of childhood and of children and what they should and shouldn't know. because they are exposed to so much, and parents do just want to put a phone in front of them. Wait a minute, y'all are laying on something over there that could mess up everything over there. Don't turn that on. Please go back. Yeah. So there's quite a bit that goes into it as far as society is concerned. Parenting has changed a lot. A lot of us grew up. Well, the generation before us grew up, seen and not heard. Our generation, we were seen and a little bit heard. Now the next generation, they are seen, they are heard, they are their own individuals. And with everything positive, that's a positive thing. Also comes the toxic part. The toxic part is a lot of people now are their kids' friends instead of their parents. A lot of people now do use their children as accessories, and make them into tiny thems. Or this has been going on since the beginning of parenthood, the parents who live vivaciously through their children. So you have a lot of that out there. And then with the clicks and the likes and dopamine from that within the parents and the children, she just want to be in the camera. It makes it a weird situation. It makes it hard for us parents that are just like, nah, fam, you can't do that. Like I am dreading the day that I have to have the fight with this little one over here over phones and internet and all of that, and all her friends have it and she don't. It leads to mental illness. She's
I don't know what happened. Can you guys still hear?
12, 13, 14
Can
years
y'all
old.
still hear what's going on?
And I'm going to have to fight with
I
her
don't
about
know where they went.
other
Hold
than
on.
that. It's a real thing, and it's a cycle
I
out.
think you guys might have to go back out and come back in. It's not letting me, or I don't see y'all backstage. What happened? Can you guys still hear? I don't know. I'm not frozen, I don't think. Hopefully they pop back on backstage. But yes, I just think that, when you post something on the internet, people are going to have something to say about it. They're going to voice their opinion. Okay, thank you. I'm glad y'all could hear. People are going to voice their opinion. They're going to say what they feel. And, that's exactly what I did. Reading through all the comments, I respect everyone's comments and, opinions and perspectives and sharing what they have to say. But, would you, if, like, I just couldn't imagine my grandma sitting and watching that. Like, I think my grandma would be like, ooh, like, what's going on? I couldn't imagine, like, going back into the older days and, like, having, like, people like Harriet Tubman or something, like, watching this. Like, do you guys think that if this was a different crowd, do you guys think that if it was, like, I don't know, the president there or someone very important or high upper status, do you guys think the performance will still be the same? Not Harriet. I know I went far back. Yeah, I say Harriet. She did a lot of stuff to free some slaves so we can get out of slavery. And now we be doing the most. Let me see. We all have opinions. We learned that in English class, and I always love a good debate. They the ones performing though. Let's not overlook that. I'm not sure what that's why when I see something on social media I don't approve on, I keep scrolling and keep my mouth shut. That's the thing. We keep keeping our mouth shut. We keep keeping our mouth shut. We keep keeping our mouth shut. Like, I just feel like it takes a village. Someone has to say something. It takes one person to say something and can change the world. Y'all might not think that, but I definitely believe that you one person can it takes one person to say something and do something about it to make a change. Like, there has to be a change made. I still feel like everything could have been accomplished, everything could have been achieved, everything. We can do great dances without having to do all of that. Even outside of the actual dance routine, I saw in celebration, I saw a little girl. It looked like she was probably like 5 or 6 on the ground in a split, shaking her butt. Like, that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate. I seen someone else shaking they, bend over, shake their butt, and the other girls slap their butt. Like, please. Okay, I understand. It's majorette. I understand all of that. During celebration mode, if you guys see y'all daughter bending over, shaking their butt, and another girl slaps it, is that not a problem? Do you guys see an issue with that? If you see an issue with that, put a 1. Like, let's take some tallies here, because it's hard to believe that I'm the only one that, well, I know I'm not the only one. And then, you know what else? Why do people get in my inbox and say stuff and we have a nice conversation, we be respectful, but then you go and make a whole post saying, mind your business, do this, do that, and get rowdy on the post. But when we inbox each other, that was not the energy we had. Why do that? Why do people not even respond on the post? Why do y'all get in my inbox? Y'all don't want people to see what you got to say, or that you kind of agree? It's really sad how this generation is turning out. I agree. A 1. I see a 1. I just don't think that was appropriate, And like I said, that wasn't a part of the dance routine. That was a part of the celebration, but I just don't think that's inappropriate. And, if we're doing this in a... Who? If we're doing this, and, like the mom said, they were there, cheering them on and stuff. These girls are not going to have no problem with doing this in different environments, because they already know that their parents approve of it and, cheer them on. So when they're off of the dance team and, still moving this way or doing things like that, will it be an issue then? Me either. Thank you, Auntie Pam, for joining. Thank you, Kia, for joining. I honestly think this day and time, I think the president wouldn't mind. They invited Glorilla to the White House. Exactly. And you know why they did that? Because this is how they see us as Black women. This is how they see us as Black women. They didn't say, let me grab somebody who's educated. Let me grab somebody who can elaborate on something important about our community or the betterment of our community. They said, let us grab Meg the Stallion, who went up there and shook her ass at a presidential rally. That was appropriate too, right? Let me go, and I strongly dislike... Hey Chantel, thanks for joining in. I strongly dislike twerking. What positive comes from it? Rhythm. It's good to have rhythm, but we had that naturally. So they are not educated. I said that they could have had someone educated come and speak on educational things like the betterment of our community and things like that. Instead, Megan just came on there and danced. So I don't know who you referring to, but please, let's not make this something that's not. We don't want to do that. And so, yeah, it's okay. So I said I was going to go through some of these comments real quick. My thing is too, like I said, I really wish we can have an appropriate conversation. Like, it's really nerve-wracking for someone to get on my status and comment and then delete their comment, tag other people, then block me and go make a status and call me out, call me a name. Like, why couldn't you just, say that on the post? Why go make a whole nother post and get disrespectful? That's not cool. Like, we can't be moving like that as adults. Really? I think this generation don't see nothing wrong with nothing, and it's pretty messed up. I agree. I think a lot of this stuff is becoming normalized. Like, and it's true. A lot of people don't see an issue. It's true. There's a lot of people who do see an issue too, and like I said, people just don't want to say anything. No one wants to be, you know, you. Even me, I don't really care for drama. I don't really care for drama, but I've learned that sometimes you just got to say something. It's time that we unlearn and relearn, and when we know better, try to do better. Twerk is good for cardio, building leg and muscles. It's also great for increasing sexual and physical confidence, as well as great release of stress. It's not for children, though. I definitely agree. Day treat our last day. It's definitely great cardio. It definitely is builds your leg muscles for sure, because your thighs will be burning. And it does, just moving the pelvic and everything and that sacral chakra and stuff increases sexual and physical confidence. It's not for children though. This is one of the reasons our community is not respected, because we don't set any boundaries or have any codes that we live by. I totally agree. Everything is just be up in the air. I understand there are so many skills that can be highlighted besides how good you can shake your tail. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The whole jump up. I'm not sure what the move is called, but jump up and to be able or to do a pint, whatever it's called, a tuck, and the other stuff. Like that is those are great skills and definitely should have been highlighted more. I saw that, girls were flipping. It, I know flipping is not like a major part of majorette, but that could have been highlighted more. I'm a dancer, and I truly believe that women that feel they have to shake their backsides actually can't dance. It's not called for, and it's just a way to overly sexualize women. I agree. I have a host of cousins who are great dancers, and you, my cousin is, I think I don't even know how old she is, but you will not see her doing that. And I showed my daughter who's 14, and she kind of was just like smirking. I'm like, you think you could get up there and perform that dance? And she like, no, I'm okay. But twerking isn't for children. That's what I feel. Definitely, it's not for kids. Definitely, definitely, definitely not for kids, and should not be in the kids' routine. Um. Okay, so like I said, a lot of times we'll find this happening, and the dads don't be in the house. A lot of times you'll see the way that children might act, not just girls, but children act. Um, or a lot of times you see girls doing things and stuff, and you wonder if the dad is around, because if the dad is around, you would think that this can't, like, he can't. But a lot of times dads just be wanting to keep the peace. They don't feel like going back and forth with the woman. They know she gonna do what she want to do anyway. They don't want no argument, no beef, no smoke. So they just like whatever. That's what I think. Uh, hey mother.
Hello there. Here I am. I don't know I was there. I was waving my hand and everything. Quickly, real quick. We could also start like helping our own community by doing things to help our community raise money for programs and for events and stuff that they want to be involved in, like fundraisers and stuff. That's something that we can do to help each other as well.
There's they were having a lot of fundraiser and things. I did see someone say earlier like that I be talking about the community, but they haven't seen me participate in anything in the community. And I homeschool, and I homeschool other children as well. And I have several people asking me about homeschooling now. What it looks like someone helping the community doesn't always look the same for everyone. I remember there was a time that me and my family went to the park, about 5 parks, and cleaned up all the trash and stuff at the parks. Every park. I posted it. Do you know people said bad things? And it could have just been someone just starting stuff, but it was a couple people. It could have been a troll, but I got pushed back and backlash then too, with people saying certain stuff. It's just like you don't know what someone helping the community looks like. This is helping the community, making lives, talking about important things, not just this life, but this is episode 15. And just like I think Daytree L said about when something is negative or drama, it gets more viewers. Do you know out of 15 episodes, this been a 15 episode, it's never been more than 15 people on this live. It was 45 people on this live tonight because it was drama. That's the stuff y'all like to partake in. We don't just have to partake or speak our opinion when it's something bad. I don't have a girl, so it's not much I really say for real, but I don't agree with all the shaking butt or whatever, but dancing itself is fine. I feel it's a good way to let that energy out. I'd like to be a cheer mom if I had a girl, but that's just like I don't like my son playing with toy guns. And I agree with you, Kiela. Dancing itself is great. It's great cardio. It helps with your rhythm and coordination. My mama loves to dance.
But
um,
then,
so dancing is definitely great. But yeah, all the shaking the butt, hitting the butt, that's not necessary. My 7-year-old daughter loves to dance, but she knows she better not be shaking her butt overall. I feel like dance is an art. Definitely true. Like my mom would say, you have art in your heart. Austin says lies and slanders about the dads. He says, put us back on. Are you backstage? Where you at? Let me see. Oh, she is backstage. Let me see.
Oh, like, hey y'all, I'm back. He got from work and came home and the dog finally stopped barking.
Oh, that's great.
Says lies and slanders about the dads. Did you have something to say, babe?
Oh yeah, no, we'll start whole fights and arguments. No. I hid things when I saw my daughter starting to pick up some of the dancing moves that my wonderful wife has. No.
And I made move in the cabin.
So you saying the dads are bringing it up. They are talking about it. They're putting their foot down and they're not letting it happen.
Yeah, basically.
Like all of his friends are very involved with their kids and whatnot, and they're not having it. The dads that I know that are involved, they're not having it. Like even down to when she got crowned. I think that you saw that one when she got crowned for the pageant. He was asking her in the original video, I always cap cut it. But he was asking her, he was like, are you comfortable? Are you okay? Because if she had said no, he would have taken her right from where she was, picked her up, and walked off with her. Like he is very that. If I'm uncomfortable, or even if I'm in like a modeling show, like some of the shows out here, they crazy. They will put you in lingerie and then have you stand outside to get back in the building to go to the stages that you need to go to. Like everybody can't see you out here on Central. Like what? That, and he sees some stuff like that going on at a show, he'll come up to me and he'll just straight be like, you know what, this ain't for you, this ain't your caliber. Even back when we were friends, when me and my ex-husband first got divorced and everything, I was like, so do you think that I should go back to like dancing? I was trying to get money fast, I'm going through it. I done been left again. I was a single mom again, and he was just like, nah, I think that you're above that now. I think that you've built more than that now. And very that, like him and his friends don't play about their kids whatsoever. They are the dads that they had seen that sort of choreo. They would have been like, why weren't you at practice to see what the choreo was? Very that. With her, she ain't allowed to do shows where they're like, oh, your kids are going to be with all the security in the back. If I can't be in the back as a professional, he can't be back there. Like we've both taken jobs just to be where we need to be, because you never know out here in these streets. These people crazy, okay? And unfortunately, our children are over sexualized. Unfortunately, every year I have to post, please do not put the logo from your child's school on the internet. I know that you're happy about the first day of school, baby. Please be happy about that. But put a little smiley face over that little logo or something. You know what I mean? Because there are predators out here, and due to the internet, they could find our kids anywhere all the time. I tell my friends all the time, don't post where you're at, especially with your kids, until you're gone from that place. You know what I mean? Have your fun, do your thing, but it's just not safe out here no more. And I live in Arizona, where they're human trafficking team like crazy. They spray fentanyl in the air out here. Take your kids and take them across the border on our butts. Like, it is crazy how things go out here, and it's just a heightened sense. And when your kids are on the internet gyrating, twerking, doing the most, these predators, and I understand we live in a world that this shouldn't be happening, but it is, y'all. It is. And that's what makes it dangerous. This isn't like when we was kids, and when you had YouTube came out when I was older. Like, we were late teens and maybe early 20s when YouTube came out. You know, a lot of us parents are dealing with a whole different world than we grew up in.
First phone at 16.
Like, it was crazy. His first phone was at 16. I think that me and Shauna's first phones were probably at like 16, 17, something like that. These kids, I'm seeing them at the shows 5 years old, walking around with smartphones. Literally,
Yeah.
smartphones where they could look at anybody, they could talk to anybody, they could set up any accounts that they want to, they could pay for. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Money. But it's a lot of fathers out here doing the thing. I see a lot of fathers out here really being involved, especially in the industry. It has been so nice over the years. I left because I was pregnant with my baby girl. And when I came back after coronavirus, I've never seen this many dads out here. They're out here with their kids. They're out here supporting their wives in this industry. They done watched a little Nickelodeon documentary. Like, they was doing what to their kids? Like, so many fathers are involved. I've seen so many men talking about, man, I'm just so many acts of celibacy after they have a baby and fall out with their baby mama because they don't want no more kids right now because they got to deal with the kid they got. So to come down on men, I'm just not really seeing that in my realm. I don't know how it is back home, but I know out here, these men are standing up and they're standing on it. And they are letting the girls know. I've seen more men take baby mamas to court out here than I have ever seen in my life. Like, they're trying to get custody. They're trying to get their rights. They're trying to do anything that they can to save their kids, especially when they see them doing the most on the internet. And it's just out to me because West Coast is we are Silicon Valley, you know what I mean? Everybody out here want to be tucked and snatched and cute and all of these different things. You're fighting with Hollywood and Atlanta and New York all at the same time out here, trying to be the cutest one. Miami, everybody comes out here because it's just sunny all year round and we do our thing, you know? But it's been refreshing and actually really nice to see the men just going in for their kids. Like, maybe it'll bring some sort of unity back to families. I don't know, but the men, they gotta fight for it, and they are, and that's why this one out here talking about lies and slander, because he was born and raised out here, and yeah, it's a thing out here on this coast. I don't know if it is there, but it is definitely here. They don't play about their kids.
Oops, my bad. Turn myself in the dark. Hold on. And a lot of the men I know in the a lot of men I know ain't really going for that either. They would never. My husband said he would have picked if he didn't already know ahead of time, he would have picked our daughter up off the dance floor and took her off. No way. And so that's why, yeah, I'm not, I question, dads are around. Some people did say dads are around, so I guess I said that if the dads are around and they're allowing this, I really don't know what to say. Salima Muhammad says, I'm sorry, ain't no real man going to let his princess twerk. Right? Facts. Salima Muhammad, me, but I can't twerk. I just figured, well, I'm better twerking that, so I'll master that. As a person who is big on building a community, it hurts to hear people say mind your business when it comes to how they raise their kids. How they raise their kids will affect the community. That is a great comment, Kia. That is a great comment. And it is very much true because these are our kids' friends. They're doing this when they're on their own as well. They're doing this when they're with each other. And so yeah, it has an effect on the community. The way you raise your kids. If your child is disrespectful and curse a lot, then yes, that is going to affect the community and the people around them. Not just, it can't just be like, well, this is the way I raised my child. Your child doesn't stay at home. Like, I think, I might have a little bit more of an opportunity to say that because my child is at home, but even I'm still not going to say that. Drama will always get their attention. That's why I like to clickbait. I definitely clickbait sometimes because like I said, it's not going to open up a conversation or a new way of thinking if you don't clickbait the subject or the topic. So I definitely understand that. This one, I wasn't trying to clickbait. I really meant what I said, and I still mean what I said. I feel you, girl. You grown. Do your thing. Oh, okay. She's talking to um but yes, yes, yes. And so I just think it's time that we got to do better. We have to do better. We have to um eliminate everything that's going on. As far as you have to remember too, like it's not just like back in our days, all the stuff wasn't recorded and on the internet. I'm not saying that makes it better, but I'm just saying right now everything gets recorded and put on the internet for anyone to see. Oh, that's what I was going to say. There was one part where there was like, to me, it was a little bit of a seductive dance. A lot of flipping of the hair and stuff. And I understand. That's majorette. I understand that's one of the styles. However, the cameraman said, "Ooh, this is a little seductive." That's what the cameraman said. Like, are we going to say anything about that? Like, that was a man recording and that said that. Or it's okay that he feels that way. Okay, where are we at now? I'm back. Same thing, same topic. Everyone just sharing their perspectives. And I just said when we know better, we have to do better. We have to start making a change. We can't keep allowing these things because it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Also, there was a host of young kids in the audience. Like I said, if I would have known about it, I would have been there. And if my daughter was sitting there at 8 years old, I would not have been happy. I would not have been happy. Um, uh, thank you everybody for tuning in. And I wanted to address, Jaytriel and Mom, is there anything else you guys wanted to say?
I will say this. I think that in our communities, we do need to, I don't know how to do it, y'all. I don't know who to connect with. I don't know if we should connect a bunch of micro schools and maybe some of the dance studios and things of that nature, and really be the change that we want to see. Teach our children the arts we want them to know and push it. Like, we are so, oh, I'm doing this in the cut. Or if you're religious, you're supposed to do it out of the kindness of your heart, not for the clout. And I'm not saying do it for the clout, But what I am saying is we need to be able to bring positivity up to the point, at least almost to what negativity gets. No, like no matter how much we got to pay for ads, no matter how much we got to get it out there, we have to change this narrative. Because at the end of the day, it may start with, oh, don't talk about my kid. My kid can do what they want, but they are for realsies. And I love Meg. Meg done made me a lot of money. I love Meg. But for realsies, they're presenting us with Meg the Stallion for the entertainment for our presidential nominee. They are literally throwing Glorilla, Sexy Red, Ice Spice in our faces. They act like there is no one else out here without gonorrhea lip gloss to help us. You know what I mean? To inspire us. And the fact that the rest, at least the top echelons, I'm not even going to say the rest because it might not even be the rest. We're going to say the top echelons of the country that we built, that we serve, and that we still live in, think that of us. It may start from the bottom, but now we are here. And that is a problem. It's a problem. And to say you need a village, but then get mad when anyone in the village speaks up is also a problem. We need to learn how to communicate with each other, make a plan, and execute said plan. Because even if we don't get to the bajillion dollars we want or the bajillion clout we want, know that we are the stepping stones for our children. And if we have our children doing this stuff now, who are they going to grow up to be? What are they going to learn? When they get that praise and that round of applause and that dopamine hits their system while the adrenaline is going and all of that, that resonates in their soul that that's the right thing to do. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was one of the little girls that that's when I got praise. And I look, I love me. I love what I've been through. And I think that because of what I've been through, I could talk about it. You don't want your little girl on random floors, not caring what's down there, whose punani done been down there, what liquor is on that floor, and doing the most to make $1 and doing the most to get a little bit of praise because that's what they're used to from the time that they're little. And that's what the world tells them they're doing great at. That's when they're beautiful. I'm just asking that we expand this and let them know that was that day. You know what I mean? But regularly, this is what we do. This is how we conduct ourselves. You know, if you don't feel right about what you're seeing on that video, it's okay. You could do all of these other things. So know that even if it's not the right path, we can always be steered other ways, and we need to teach that to our children as well. Do I regret anything from my life? No. But would I have probably done it if I had a daughter? No. I had a son at first, and that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day that me and my dad have actually discussed, us raising sons versus daughters and what that entails and why is it so different and why does it change it so much. But that's just another thing for another day. I guess all I'm trying to say is it's easy to throw problems out there. It's easy to argue about problems. It's easy to judge each other over problems. But are we going to come together to make solutions? And even if you are irked by what somebody has to say, that is coming together, treaties, if you will, and making solutions is always the best for our community at the end of the day. And that's what I want to say about that.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She made a lot of great points, and you know, it is coming with a solution, not just pointing out what the problem is. And I think the solution is very easy. Let dancers be great. Let them keep doing what they're doing. Let them keep showcasing their skills, but keep the inappropriate stuff out of it. That's it. That's all. I just don't think that I'm 99% sure that we could still accomplish and get great results. They can still have fun. They still will have a great time without doing that. I know that. We have to see that. We have to be that guidance. We have to, show them that. If we sitting there praising them and saying, at this point, like she said, that dopamine, that praise they're getting at that moment for what they're doing, this is just going to become, they're going to want to move like that. They want that reaction.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to move like that so they can get that reaction, but they don't have to move like that to get that reaction.
True.
They don't. I'm sick of us being okay with kids doing everything that adults do. Kids should stay in a child's place. I agree. I agree. And like I said, a lot of I'm gonna say a lot, but some of the dance moves, like I said, there's a difference in doing the splits. Split, you're showing your flexibility. You're showing an extension of it. It takes a lot of not okay. It takes a lot of work, exercise, flexibility, strength to be able to get into a split. Like in the proper formation of a split, that takes a lot. And so the fact that someone can even do a split is great. We don't need all the extra stuff. The split is the highlight. We don't need the extra stuff that comes with it, because now that's just becoming a little bit too much. Yes, amen. Stop, Messiah. Okay. So I just got a few more things that I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be closing it up. If there's anything else you have to say, Daytriel, you want to say it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to a solo layout.
I'm good. Like I said, we just need more solidarity, because at the end of the day, as you know, there are always going to be people out here kind of doing the most. But if more of us are doing what's right and then the next right thing rather than what's most and what'll get the most clicks, it will end up the snowball effect that really does change our community. And I think that we should definitely focus on building that. But that's me, guys. I hope that everyone has an awesome night. Love all of you. Bye.
Thank you, Daytriel, for joining. Thank you for sharing your perspective, and thanks for giving great conversation.
Thank you for having me. See you guys.
See you later. Yes, thanks to my mother and Last Day for joining. Oh, it looks like
Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you, thank you. So, a couple of things. Um,
Hmm.
I want to first of all say thank you for having the hard conversations that some of us do not want to have or don't know how to have, because some of these conversations do need to be had. Um, I commend you for your strength. I commend you for your uh, open mind. I know that you're trying to help others. Um, and I did hear you say a curse word. I did hear you say ass. I did I did hear you say a curse word. But no, I just wanted to say I really appreciate you having these conversations, because we do have to start. And that's something that we as a community and as a people, we have to get better at being able to help each other and build each other up and hold each other accountable. That's how we're going to make a difference in our lives. That's how we're going to make a difference in our lives, because if we look at it, and this is not to bring anything else into it, but if we were to get together and just be more for each other instead of going against each other, we would be so much better. But not just as a people, but as a whole, all of us, all of God's children, we would be better. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you having these difficult conversations and being open to everybody's feedback. But I really appreciate your strength and being able to hold your own and understanding that everybody's entitled to their own opinion and you're able to voice yours freely. I appreciate that, and I love you. And thank you for having me.
Oh, I love you too, Mom. Thanks for being here to be the balance that I need. Thanks for joining. Um, Thanks for your time. How many trinkets did you make?
Oh, I made one real long one. I think it can wrap around your neck like 4 times.
Really? Do I
Yeah.
got one on? Oh, yep, I do got one on today.
Oh, that is
That's
so
the same
pretty.
one I had on the other day.
That's so pretty. I like those colors.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on, Mama. I'm gonna call you at soon as I get off.
Okay.
Love you.
I love you too.
So yes, I'm glad my mother was on with here. She keeps me, even though usually I am level headed and I am pretty calm. She just makes sure she helps me try to word things better. Because like I said, sometimes I do have a hard time wording things, but the whole time I'll be like, people know me, they know my intentions, they know my heart, they know I'm a kind person. You're not gonna take it in a way. I'm not a negative person like the post I seen. Here come the negative Nancy's. Just because someone's voicing their opinion about how they feel about something don't mean that they're negative. And like I said, if you know me in real life, you know I'm far away from a negative person. And so, yeah, and I was gonna address a lot of the, cause I've seen so many posts, and I just really feel like, why make posts and not tag the person? Like, let the person know. I don't like scrolling, just be like, oh, yep, that was about me. Oh, yep, that was about me. Oh, yep, that was about me. Just go ahead and tag me because I really would like to have a proper conversation, of you know, a respectful conversation. But the thing is, I think that's where the blocking, and since then you have to name call and stuff, and then at that point the conversation isn't going to be respectful. So that's why I get blocked and stuff. That's not. As adults, we have to do better. This is social media. People are going to say stuff all day. People are going to say things. You know, people. One of the first comments was, "Is that your kids in the back? They loud as hell." Like that was unnecessary. It wasn't disrespectful or anything, but it just wasn't necessary. So people are going to say stuff on social media all the time. They're going to say things. Look, skip, not skip, but take the message. You might not like the messenger. Take the message and really try to understand it for what it is. Don't try to find a reason to go against it or to find a problem with it. Try to understand what the people are saying. There is a reason I'm saying what I saw is inappropriate and I voiced my opinion on it. It's not to talk about anybody. What's that? What is that going to get me? It's not to do any of that. I truly care. Truly. Thank you, last day. Um, and it's just, it's time for us to unlearn and relearn. When we know better, do better. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I had a lot more to say because I was going to really go through and address all the posts that I saw, but it was too many. And I really don't, I don't really have the energy for that. How could you? Someone said, what did they say? Something like I might have a tad bit too much time on my hands to go, like, have a, I don't have a lot of time on my hand, but I don't have to clock in anywhere. And I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I do got a lot of times where I could get on social media. But it's definitely not to just get on here and be messy. What does that get me? It really don't get me anything. Nothing at all. So if I'm saying something, I'm saying it because I mean it and it's from the heart. Someone else said, like I was just doing this for the show. What? How many times I've been going live forever? Now I'm just doing it for the show. Someone else said, why worry about it or something if it don't make you no money? I don't care about it making me any money. Money don't move me. I'm not, here to make money. I'm not, someone said just to get a few likes. I don't care about likes. I don't at all. If you're gonna go like anything, go like it on YouTube. Because at this point, if I am up here speaking and I am gonna, I can get paid on YouTube for speaking, but am I just gonna make a topic and go live about it, about something that's important to me just to make money? No, that's not what we're doing. And I'm the same person when vaccinations or vaccine, I was about to say requirements, not requirements, but when people were being forced to get vaccines, I'm the same person who wrote many of letters for people without asking for any money. So that's another way to show you that this has nothing to do with money at all. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Someone else said, it didn't, have to be this deep. It wasn't that deep to me. Overall, I think the girls did a great job. Like I said, I came from dance. I danced for a long time. Dancing is always excited and fun. Yes, cutie. Maybe he downstairs. So yeah, he made me lose my train of thought. I got so many messages, so many friend requests. Like, I don't like to, if you guys are going to be supportive for a good cause. You don't come being supportive when it's negative. Like, that's no fun. Like, come on here when we talking about words and how they have meaning. When we learning about words and their definitions. When we talking about health. When we talking about having a positive mental attitude. Can y'all come and participate in things like that and not when it's just filled with drama? Like, really? I said one day, I'm tired of getting on live. I don't know if anybody hear me, and I only want to get on live to be heard so we can make a change. Just it's 2 people, 3 people. Soon as it's drama, soon. How can somebody get on live and fight and be having 100 views? Why? We need to change that as a community. We need to change that. And the good stuff, the good dances, the ballet dances, the ones where girls are moving graceful and that stuff isn't highlighted. They're not gonna push that in our algorithm. There's a reason other things get pushed in our algorithm. There's a reason, skip the dance group. There's a reason you see a lot of women on your timeline shaking their ass. Because that's what's getting pushed in our algorithm. Twerking, dancing, shaking ass is not even just for the club no more. It ain't even for the bedroom no more. We doing it on the internet. People don't even got OnlyFans no more. They ain't even charging for it. It's just for free now. We just do it on the internet like it's nothing. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I need my water. Negativity bias is real and the algorithm knows it. Definitely. They know to push things like this in our algorithm for sure. For sure, for sure. Antoinette says it's not even worth it for real. as long as nothing bad comes from it, nothing bad has came from it for me. Like, of course, people are always gonna say, you know, people are always gonna say stuff. That just is what it is. But do you guys know my last live that me and my mom had, episode 14, was a great live. We spoke about the definition and meaning of narcissist, and we talked about alone and lonely is the same thing. We talked about confidence. It had 197 views yesterday, and it was posted 3 days ago. All of a sudden today it got 758 views because now people are just coming looking for something. Just looking. Just coming and looking. Like, we can't be like that. Y'all don't want to do better than that? Really? Yeah, so that's really all I have to say. Society is sick. Society is very different. It's a lot of things that's different now. But we can make a change. The media controls the mind of the masses, so we have to be careful what is in our media. If you don't like something, change the channel. You could tweak your algorithm. You can tweak your timeline. You see something you don't like, push that you don't want to see it, or hide this, or unfollow it. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. And I have a lot of people on my timeline that I don't really care to have on my timeline. But I'm like, oh, am I going to go through and delete them? I'm like, no. But today I'm going to go through. And let me say this. I'm tired of people blocking me and then unblock me on another day just so they could come back and check my page and then block me again. I do not care to block people, but I will. Ooh, you best to believe. If you block me and you unblock me for 1 second, if I see it, I promise I'm blocking you so fast. Because you ain't about to block and unblock and come check my page. But yeah, I'm good. I have messages coming in and people, just telling me like how good of a person I am and stuff. Like, and I appreciate that, but sometimes I feel like, why y'all don't be saying this on the post? Like, y'all scared what other people think? That's why I said I do believe that a lot of people was thinking it and just didn't want to say it. I do totally agree with that. And I agree with that with a lot of things. A lot of topics that come about. Um Someone said, all I seen you do is come on Facebook with your opinion about any and everything, which is fine. But isn't that what everybody do? So if you don't like how our children perform, delete us. The thing is, that's not even how, the person page I saw it on is not even my friend. So, and I had, like I said, y'all make this something totally different. It wasn't even about all of that. I see a status and I don't know if it's referring to me or not. I have no idea. But it's the probably the third status I seen today that just has something to do with like someone not working. Someone not working, let's just say that. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't get any government assistance at all. Like if you guys really wanted to know. Any. My husband is a great husband and a great provider. I would love. I used to. Give me some good old link, but I don't anymore. It's been a nice long time coming, and I sure do miss it. But no unemployment, no government assistance, none of that over here. Now, I'm not knocking the ones who do, because actually we should be utilizing it. But you guys don't know about that and stuff. You don't know there's no money. So we all in debt and there is no money. Like you guys don't know about all that stuff. So we should be utilizing what the government give us. But yeah, it's that's not happening over here. You know, I peep the statuses. Uh, this my first time seeing this status on, comment, so I'm just gonna read it on here. It says, I debated on whether to say anything as not to offend, and it's none of my business. But in love, when you state your opinion, you have to remember that others have a right to state theirs. People don't play about their kids or anything related to parenting choices with good reason. It's one of the reasons that I never speak on people's children or parenting, especially since I am not a parent myself, and I have come in contact with hundreds, probably close to thousands of kids and their parents in all of my years teaching. We got to remember our choices. The way we choose to live our lives might not be for everyone. Choose to continue to speak your truth, yes, but in turn, be prepared for what others to speak theirs. And I'm very much well prepared. But like I said, what I said was we should not be allowing our children. That's speaking on parenting. That's not speaking on the children. What I said is these dads didn't grab their daughters off the floor. That's not speaking on the children. That's speaking on parenting again. I'm a parent. I could speak on parenting. Just like it's my opinion, I know that others can say what they want to say. But like I said, I'm not calling nobody out their name. I'm not talking about any kids in a negative light. Because whether I said they were shaking their butt. Y'all haven't said they were not shaking their butt. You just explained why they were shaking their butt. So what I'm saying is not like I'm speaking on them or making something up. So I'm not talking about anybody's children like you guys continue to say this. Am I talking about parenting? Yes, I am. And that's okay, because we talk about parenting with other things. People come on and tell me all the time about parenting and what I should be doing when I'm homeschooling my children, what I shouldn't be doing and why I shouldn't. I just listen and be like, okay, either it applies or either it doesn't. But what I'm never doing is being disrespectful or calling anyone out their name. You guys be disrespectful all the time. Y'all mouth, y'all language, the way y'all talk about people. Y'all do this all the time on my timeline. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Like I said, many of people today, I seen stuff like, you can kiss my butt. Like, I would never say that. I would never say that. Yes, I have an opinion and I voiced it, but I would never get disrespectful with anyone. You guys be being disrespectful. It's a difference. Like, y'all be ready to fight, and it ain't that serious. It's not that serious. If nobody ain't being disrespectful to you, calling you out your name, putting their hands on you, why you ready to fight somebody? Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. Like, we really can do better than that. And what examples are we setting when you guys are making posts back, but talking about the person? That if someone says something you like, then go and talk down on them? Because, like I said, I just stated what we should not be doing. I just stated that it's inappropriate for them to be shaking their butts and hitting their butts, and you guys are trying to make it seem like that's right. And then want to talk about me, but then I get told, like, be prepared. I am prepared, but I don't be prepared for people to talk about me or my kids, because what someone is saying about my kids and what they probably do, but I'm saying about what actually I saw. It's not nothing I made up. It's not nothing, like I said, anyone even said that. No, that's not what happened. They said the reason. Oh, this is the style of dance. Like, I just don't really, I'm prepared for whatever anyone has to say. You guys got to remember, I'm not your norm. I'm not your norm. I don't think like everyone else think. My kids are not in public school. I homeschool them for a very good reason, for a great reason. If it's sheltering them, then I would shelter too. And that's why when I'm speaking on things and when I'm speaking on great how black men are while y'all tearing men down, that's why y'all be like, oh, why you not uplifting women? Why you treating men like they God? Because my experience, people, when they talk, you're projecting. So I have great experience. I have great men around me. So when I talk, I speak highly of men. You guys are always speaking bad about men. Do you see how that goes? It's okay to have an opinion at the end of the day. It's only an opinion. It doesn't mean you feel a certain way about those babies. It doesn't mean that you feel a type of way about the parents. It's basically an opinion, and people should learn how to get out their feelings. People should learn how to actually get to know a person before they pass judgment. Right? If those parents are proud of those babies, that's great. We should all be proud of our children. But what we have to understand is that we live in a wicked world. We live in a wicked world that is filled with pedophiles, and some of them you don't even know. They could sit right in your face and laugh and talk and joke with you. Meanwhile, they targeting your child or your children. So statistics will tell you that 90% of children that have been raped or molested, it has been either by a family member or a close friend, family friend. So while we are out here getting mad, what we need to do is be tapped in to the people that's surrounding us. We need to be tapped in. The people that support our children. It's okay to express yourself. You can't stop people from expressing themselves, but you can stop people from raising their children, just like you can't stop people from raising their children the way they want to. It is what it is. But we as a people can never just have a conversation. We have to make statuses. We have to throw shots, and we have to be rude and disrespectful. And it don't even take all that. And I totally agree. It does not take all of that. All the disrespect, throwing shots and stuff. And I saw all of them. If and that's why I said, I'm not gonna go comment on every status. And I said I was just gonna address it on here, and I'm not gonna even do that here. Cause it really don't mean that much to me. Like what you guys, the throwing shots and stuff. I'm just like, since I am, you know, a woman and I still have feelings, I'll just be like, wow. Wow. Um, Also sisterhood. What does sisterhood looks like? A lot of times we think sisterhood is, you will be you could be seeing something happen, and as sisters and friends and stuff, we'll be sitting there shaking our head. Like if the woman is saying something, we'll shake our head and agree with them. And then as soon as someone that you don't agree with open their mouth, we'll make a face and stuff like that. We can't just be ganging up with each other because we are women, or because something is, we have something in common, or whatever reasons that, sometimes you have the sisterhood and for the bonding. Sisterhood also means holding each other accountable, not glorifying and praising each other for something that we don't even agree with, but you got to be like, yay, that was cool because that's my friend. Or, yay, that was cool because that's my cousin. Oh, yeah, I'm accept this because that's my auntie. No, we grown, we adults. We need to hold each other accountable. If something's not right, we should speak out about it. How do you make a change if you don't? Or we're not supposed to expect change. We just supposed to be like, man, these my kids. Let me just worry about my kids. I don't care about them kids over there. I can't do that. I think if you truly like a soft woman, and just being a mother at heart, like, you don't just care about your kids, you care about other people's children as well. I would never just be like, well, only my kids matter. Like, no, I care about other people's children as well. And I care about our community. That don't have to mean I'm at the same events as y'all. That don't have to mean that. That looks different for everybody. I don't know how that feel. I miss my age. Yeah, I was just still kind of reading some of this stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Honestly, all I have to say. Next time, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait to go live. I'm gonna go live as soon as I have something to say, because that's when I remember everything that I have to say. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. There's it's not really no solutions to give. It's an easy fix. Don't have young girls shaking their butt for anybody, period. This ain't just because of the dance battle I saw. This ain't the first young girls I seen shaking their butts either. But yeah, I think that's an easy fix. And I think that we just need to learn how to communicate. You're not going to like what everyone has to say, but as long as you're being respectful, you can't really go wrong with that. Being respectful and having a conversation. The conversation gets iffy when people are not being respectful. But you guys, y'all don't really know about respect and stuff like that. Which is why society is the way it is now. We have a lot of things we got to work on. We have a lot of things. We have to unlearn and relearn. We have to know better and do better, like, immediately. I know God ain't pleased. Anyways, this is episode 15. Thank you guys for joining me. Please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Set Us World. or go like my Facebook page, Fire Talk. And yeah, just know me. I'm always going to keep it respectful. I'm always going to keep it classy. And I'm always going to be me, whatever that looks like to you. But I'm always going to be me, and I'm always going to say what I have to say. And then, like someone said in the comments earlier, if you don't like it, move on. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Because y'all don't got to be here. Y'all don't got to be on my page. Y'all don't got to keep saying, you always saying stuff. Like, why y'all still my friends then? Do me a favor. So I don't got to go through and remove who I don't feel like. But I don't really care about people who don't agree with me, because I don't really care to have a timeline and a bunch of people that agree with me, because I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to hear perspectives, different perspectives. I'm not just trying to read stuff and go along with it or learn. I like to collect real data. I like to learn stuff from people that's actually around, that that's. So if someone doesn't agree with me, I don't really care. I'm not going to delete them. I actually learn from people who don't move like I would move, because I'd be like, okay, this is what you don't do. If you don't want these results, don't do that. So you can learn from people who you don't agree with as well. So guess what? Let's end it here, because if y'all don't want to have a lot of time on y'all hands, if y'all don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, if y'all don't want to be a wife, then just, go ahead, do something. Don't listen to anything I'm saying, because I'm pro-family, pro-relationship, pro-traditional marriages or traditional relationships or traditional roles. I glorify and uplift Black men as well as Black women. So, if you care about any of those things, then stay. If you don't, then find somebody else to play with.